Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim. You know what?
What?
Just in case you're not aware, it's Monday. All day Monday. And we are practicing social distancing.
Safe co-hosting.
Yes, safe co-hosting.
Practicing safe co-hosting.
I never thought I'd be able to say safe co-hosting working with him because it's certainly not like secure. Doesn't make me feel like, oh good, everything's going to be normal today, because there's no such thing.
There's no normal. See, this is why it's been good for you to work with me for the last 2 years, because now you're used to the fact that there's no normal around me, and now you're used to life just not being normal.
And it's all good.
It is all good.
We certainly hope that you are all well, and we want to say a huge thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the show for us every single morning. Guys, we so appreciate you. Thank you so much for that.
I appreciate you, Lou.
Do you?
I was awful for 4 days without you last week.
Oh, I missed you too.
Thanks.
Yes. We can't do this without each other, can we?
It's not as much fun, that's for sure.
For sure. What was your weekend like? Did you do anything
I don't remember.
Oh, so you had a good weekend.
Everything is blending all together now.
Is it?
Yeah, because we're just home all the time.
Yeah, right.
But boy, oh boy, we're having fun. We're making candles.
You're making what?
Well, because, yes.
I think you need to bring me one.
I love really?
See, I love candles.
Okay, I got some nice fragrances.
Do you?
Oh, I did like rosemary eucalyptus. We did
rosemary eucalyptus? Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, and then I did another one that had peppermint and something. Yeah.
The rosemary eucalyptus, please.
Okay, I'm doing a whole bunch of them.
Are you?
Yeah, we went to Michael's.
Yes.
And we went and we bought wax. And then I bought some soy wax because that's even softer and stuff. And then we bought fragrances, and we already had some essential oils and stuff. So yeah, we made
are you just making them for yourselves and for me?
Yes.
Or are you going to sell them?
Yeah, this is going to be my new career. I'm going to sell candles online.
Always good to have a backup, Tim.
And then I'm also going into pet grooming.
Oh, you are?
Well, because I can't take my dogs to the groomers because the groomers are closed.
Right, of course.
So I went, and now I tried this years ago with Tippy, and she ended up looking like she'd gone through a wheat thrasher. So I stopped trying to groom dogs. But now I've gone out again, and I'll tell you, I got Tuffy half done, but it's hysterical.
Half done?
Oh, it's hysterical. He's got one paw done, and like half is back down to his sides, and the rest of him is all just like a big mob. It's hysterical to watch him. I'm so glad that
you are setting him up to be ridiculed.
Well, and that's why I'm so glad he's quarantined right now, because otherwise he'd be shamed by the other dogs in the neighborhood.
Maybe you could do my hair then if you're grooming, because my hairdresser, of course, is closed.
Yeah.
And Mama needs a haircut.
Okay, well, I've got some lovely flea shampoo for you.
Okay,
that'll
be a good start. Yes.
And I can use, which number should I use on you? A one? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be funny? Luann coming with a shaved head.
We don't need to do that. We don't need to think about that, Timothy. Thank you very much. This, though, has provided us with an opportunity, this whole quarantine and self-quarantine and distancing and all that stuff. If you look at it the right way, it has provided us with an awesome opportunity to think outside the box a little bit. I was on speaking with my 3 kids all at the same time.
Imagine.
Seeing all of them, and I cried. I hadn't seen my son since Christmas, and my second daughter, my oldest, just left with her son, my grandson. But we were all there together, and I said, "Oh my God, Michael, you have a beard!" And it was so awesome. So you know what? Find ways to stay connected, because he's in an apartment by himself in Toronto.
Well, okay, so Rory Ring is in the other studio standing by, because he's going to give us a little update. But Rory's wife, Michelle. Keith and I have
a hoot.
Well, yes, and Keith and I have socialized with Rory and Michelle. They've had us over to their house for Halloween parties and stuff. They are fun people. Can I tell you that right now?
Well, she is. What's he like? Is he
Rory?
Fun? Yeah, is he fun?
Yeah, when he needs to be. When he's letting loose. Rory, yes. Rory's always fun. But listen, so she got a new card game, Cards Against Humanity, but it's the drag version called Ruse Drag Against Humanity, something like that.
Drag Against Humanity.
So I want to play, but I'm wondering if we can set it up so we play. They're in their house and we're in our house.
Yeah,
you play Cards Against Humanity. We can. I'm going to have a virtual party. That's fun too.
My kids played a board game together for 2 hours online, just chatting with each other, and they played a board game.
That's Let's get clever.
Right?
You know what else we're going to start doing too? We're going to start featuring some stuff on the show because we got this amazing Danielle who works here now, and Danielle's going to start doing some stories
phenomenal.
for us. She's got her finger on the pulse on the community.
And you know what? This girl can do everything.
She's on the camera right now.
She is, because she's so lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, wearing a gorgeous winter's top.
And she reports, and she's a news reporter.
And there's enthusiasm there.
And I know.
Yeah,
so we're going to start.
Reader. She's an awesome.
We're going to start showing some of her work on the show.
Yes, we are.
We're not quite sure how this is going to go. Half hour, 1 hour. Today we're sticking with a half hour format.
I think it's probably a good idea to keep it to a half hour. We're trying really hard to not have people come in and circulate in the building. It's a little bit small in here, so we're trying to do the social distancing thing. So again, we're just, we're not covering regular events. Not that there are a lot, because lots have been canceled. I mean, the province is in an emergency situation, so we have to consider all that.
And also, so just bear in mind, if you're a regular viewer and if you've always wanted to be on the show, now's your chance.
Because I know you have.
Let us know, because we are doing Skype and Zoom interviews. If you have a camera on your phone, we can pre-record an interview with you. If you've got something you want to share with us, feel free. But the email is louandtimshow@gmail.com.
Look at you remembering.
I remember that. That was been a long time.
That's been a long time.
Or reach out to us on Facebook Live and let us know if you've got something you want to talk about. I'll interview you, Lou, whoever, Danielle. We'll set up a Skype or a Zoom interview, and we'll just get you on the morning show.
We want to talk about some positive things and the community coming together. And Danielle has a couple of stories she's working on, and they're just
we should
so
probably
inspiring.
Check in with Rory now, because we've got him sitting
We've
got him sitting all alone in the other studio.
Poor Rory.
Good morning, Rory.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Excellent. Of course, practicing social distancing, being in the other studio.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a different setting, but it's great to be here to give an update from the Chamber of Commerce and our business community.
And you know what? I do know that you're a fun guy, Rory.
Well,
I do know that.
Yeah.
And you have a great sense of humor.
And I think it's cards for Rumanity.
Cards for Rumanity.
Thank you, Rory. Jeez, Tim, get it together, will you?
I'm not too sure if we all have to play it in heels, though.
Oh! No, well,
I'll wear flats, he'll wear heels.
There you go.
Right? That works.
So Rory, I want to thank you for actually coming in and joining us. And you said you'd be willing to come in on a regular basis to keep us updated on what's going on with the community. So how are things going out there in Sault Ste. Marie?
Well, it's a massively challenging time, you know, for the business community and most specifically the small business community. And, we've seen that. You talk about being creative. We've seen, some of our members and our small businesses be extremely creative. You've got examples, like City Meat Market doing curbside delivery, so you can phone and order. We have a number of fitness studios who are conducting online fitness classes, so you can tune in from your home. And, even ourselves as a Chamber of Commerce, we've had to, basically close our office down. We're a small crew. Don is at home looking after his son as his spouse works in the healthcare field. And Bob and I have got our two offices separate from each other. And
it's easy to stay away from Bob, too, isn't it? Bob Burns. I work with Bob at the radio station. Lovely guy.
We've got our door closed, but we got to make sure that we're staying on top of this and making sure that we're speaking to government about what they can do to assist our business community. They have come out with some measures. Again, there's a really critical point here that the very small business has really suffered greatly even within such a short period. But also the hotel and tourism industry has had a very, very significant negative impact with the COVID and social distancing.
And it's anticipated that this is going to go a little bit longer than we initially thought. Some health officials are talking the end of June. So by the time right into summer, of course, as you mentioned, with hotel and tourism, it's going to take likely a month or so to at least get back up on their feet, and so this is very, very huge for them.
Yeah, and that's why we hope these measures like social distancing and people staying away, as long as you're practicing, the appropriate regimes and maintaining your health. If you do have a small office environment like ourselves, we just make sure we're monitoring each other's health and our conditions of our family to make sure it's still safe to come into work and take care of our membership. But hopefully this will shorten the duration, because quite frankly, many small businesses will not even be able to make it into April. Many of these folks, especially young businesses, under 3 years of being established, a lot of them are not even taking a paycheck right now and still relying on other resources to pay their personal mortgages, put food on the table, keep their kids in daycare, and do the things that a family unit needs to do to be healthy. So it's going to be an extremely challenging time, and we need to make sure that government steps up with a number of programs to really help those individuals out, because these people don't have access to employment insurance. They don't have access to many of the social safety nets that exist for an employee.
It's going to be a busy time for you, Rory, I would imagine, trying to stay on top of all of the different programs and stuff that the government's putting in place to assist businesses. So I guess your membership can really count on you guys to be letting them know where to turn, who to turn to, what channels to go through to try to get some financing and that kind of stuff when these emergency measures are in place. Is that true, Rory?
Yeah, absolutely. And they can go to www.ssmcoc.com, and we have a link to many resources there. The Ontario Chamber of Commerce also has a number of resources, and we link to them on our website. There's a pandemic, business plan, a continuity plan, and both the Canadian Chamber and the Ontario Chamber have put these little toolkits together to help our business community out. And we're also obviously in communication with our community network right across Canada in terms of how do you get into the stream of these things. But government's going to have to move differently. They're going to have to move at the same pace as private business and as speed to market. How are you able to get these programs in place fast so that many of our businesses are not, shutting their doors permanently?
And that's generally an issue because of the red tape, right? Whenever you talk about government giving you money, there's always, time involved.
Absolutely.
This needs to happen quickly.
No, it's absolutely right. I mean, there's different layers of an approval process. Even right now, if you think about what was published the other day, 500,000 Canadians applying for employment insurance. And that is going to increase every single day. The airlines will be, laying off 5,000 employees. Even I can't, speak specifically, but I know of one hotelier right here has laid off 60 people.
Yeah.
Because the hotels are sitting empty. So. It's a massive stress on the system, and we're all going to have to make those adjustments.
Right.
We look forward to your continued hard work, you and Bob and Don. We're so grateful, as I'm sure all the business people in Sault Ste. Marie are,
and we're supported
we have a place to go with some questions. Even.
Absolutely, and obviously email. You can find our addresses there. We're supported by a great board of directors that are volunteers and come from a variety of industries, so we're able to get their input, and we know that through Lori Nacarado on our board that the BDC is doing whatever they can to help our local businesses out. We know that our other financial institutions are looking at other ways. We've advocated to all levels of government, even here locally, asked the municipality to defer property tax payments and restructure those so that many people, whether they're businesses or an individual, can sustain their cash flow and continue to pay those things that keep their house going and keep them healthy.
So Roy, there's obviously a lot of stuff that we're going to be having to cover to keep people updated. So you've generously volunteered to continue to join us on a semi-regular basis here on the morning show, whether it's in the studio where you are right now or whether you can figure out how to use Skype on your phone, you silly man. But we really appreciate that you're going to work with us over this during this time and keeping your membership and the rest of the city updated with tips, just updates, just basically keeping us connected.
Absolutely. We'll walk through, I think, over the next little while, some of the government programs and try to keep up to date on what's going on in the business community.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here this morning, Rory.
We look forward.
We'll work out a schedule with you where we get you on the show on a regular basis to keep us all informed. All right.
Very good. Thanks very much. Appreciate
it. And we got to go to commercial now, Lou, and then we're going to air. Speaking of tourism, Mackinac, it's Jeep the Mackinac Bridge. There's a big annual. They have like 800 Jeeps cross the Mackinac Bridge. Don't know if it's going to be going on this year, but you know what? We did the interview, and it's a great. It's a good feel-good piece. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to be showing you that on the show this morning. And after the show is over, after 8:30, that's when you're going to get the news from Luann, plus all kinds of other great stuff here on ONTV. It's the place to be. SaultOnline, Superior Media, and ONTV with you all this week. We'll be back mornings with Luann and Tim. See you in a minute.
This is On TV.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. If you smoked weed, wait at least 4 hours before getting behind the wheel, or don't drive at all if you're new to it, have eaten it, or if you've mixed it with alcohol.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Imagine knowing about incidents, closures, and roadwork all before starting your trip. Ontario 511 lets you know before you go. You can get real-time information directly from the Ministry of Transportation. Because the more you know, the easier it is for you to go. And spend the time doing the things that matter most.
Welcome back to Laura Brown on the show again. Laura is the executive director of the St. Ignace Visitors Bureau, and I brought the magazine on camera with me this time that you brought for me the last time. This is a beautiful publication, Laura. It's very well done, very colorful, and it shows all of the beautiful, many beautiful attractions all around the St. Ignace area. Now, Tequamanon Falls, look at that.
Yeah.
The Mystery Spot.
Yes.
Don't you want to know what that's all about? All the golf courses, all this waterfront. You have gorgeous waterfront there.
Yes, we do.
Like all your hotels are on the waterfront.
Yes, hotels, restaurants, yes, parks, beaches.
Patios and beaches. Like they have beaches in downtown St. Ignace. You can be in downtown St. Ignace and go for a swim. How about that? And it's only 40 minutes away.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys utilize the Mackinac Bridge so cleverly in your marketing of your city. How many different things do you have come across that bridge?
Oh my goodness.
I know you do tractors on the bridge.
Tractors, we do. Side-by-sides.
Side-by-sides. Trucks.
Cars.
You also do walks.
Bushes.
Do you do walks?
You can't walk across the bridge anymore.
You can't walk across the bridge anymore.
No, but
you
all the
can,
vehicles.
But you can bring your Jeep across the bridge.
Yes, you can.
So this is an event. Like you actually created an event called the, what's it called? The Jeep?
Jeep the Mac.
Jeep the Mac. And it's happening April 26th.
24th through the 26th.
24th through the 26th.
Yes.
24th. 3 days of Jeeps. How? Okay. Explain to me how this is a 3-day festival of Jeeps.
Okay. Well, they actually will. There they are.
Look at them.
They come into town. They will be going across the bridge on Saturday morning.
Okay.
They'll drive around Friday night and eat at the
so Friday night they all kind of arrive in town and you can see them buzzing around.
Yes, yes. And then on Saturday they will go across the bridge, and then there is going to be an obstacle course at the casino.
What?
Full of mud and...
You have a Keewaydin casino, is that right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, they have a great casino with entertainment and music and everything. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they're going to set up an obstacle course out there, and the Jeeps can run through the mud and do all their tricks, and they'll be judged. And then if they want, we're going to allow them to go to Drummond Island, they're famous for their Jeep trails too. So we'll provide a ferry pass to get from Detour over to Drummond Island, and they'll be able to spend some time over there that afternoon.
And how is it 3 days? So wait, the first night is driving around. The Saturday is the
Going
actual
across the bridge. And, yes.
And then so they can just they can go on the trails whenever they want, the Jeep trails in Drummond Island, or what?
Yep, they can. And then on Sunday, we'll have some awards, and they can do some trails in town.
Awards and prizes, and they can just drive in town. Okay, so my question now is then, do you get some like crazy Jeep people who like decorate or do crazy things with their Jeeps or what?
Oh yeah, we get some beautiful Jeeps, all different kinds, colors, sizes. And it's
vintage. Any vintage stuff?
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And there's always at least two people in a Jeep. They're just having fun. There's
whoever came up with the idea of having a Jeep festival? Like how long has this been going on? Do you know?
Years. I'm not sure how many now, but it's very popular. We get between 600 and 800 Jeeps.
Can you imagine this? 600 to 800 Jeeps ascending on this city of 3,000 people just to party for 3 days. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about, is it a family-friendly event?
Oh yes, absolutely. We'll have a luncheon at our ice arena there, and all the Jeeps will be parked, and people can go take a look at them. And
any tipsy trolleys for that one?
We might just have a tipsy trolley. Yes.
I love that they have these trolleys that drive around, and you don't have to worry about drinking and driving because they'll just take you everywhere they want to go in St. Ignace.
Exactly.
Okay, so hotels, you get 800, how many did you say?
We have 32 hotels, motels, beds and breakfast.
And 1,400
rooms, yes.
So there's room for everyone.
Yes,
in St. Ignace. And now, this time of the year, late April, do you think it'd be nice enough to get outside, maybe?
Oh yeah, sure.
Go for walks on you have a boardwalk, don't you?
Yes,
Tell me about your boardwalk.
Yep, our boardwalk goes all along Moran Bay, and you can stop at different bars and restaurants. You can stop at the museum.
Ooh, that's a good thing. Okay, museum. Here's what I never knew either till I met my friend Laura Brown. Tell me about the history of St. Ignace in the United States of America.
St. Ignace is the third oldest city in the U.S.
I had no idea.
Yep, and it will be turning 350 years old in 2021.
So there's a huge historical element too.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's a real meeting place. It always has been.
Yes.
For First Nations as well. You have you're like through St. Marie, Ontario. You have a very strong Indigenous history. First Nation, yeah.
We do.
Museums and everything. What's the other thing you have? There's this thing here. Yeah, the Museum of Ojibwe Culture.
That's the museum. And we also are going to have...
here you go. Museum of Ojibwe Culture. I'll show you this. See?
And we have Fort de Bois right now that we're going to be moving into our Straits Cultural Center that will have a lot of historic pieces too.
Relics from the past, I see. Museum, beautiful displays. The other thing about, you have a walking... like an app you can have on your phone?
Yeah, you can walk along the boardwalk, and at different locations, it will tell you about the history of St. Ignace.
The history of the area. So if you're a history buff, it's a great place to go.
Yes.
Plus, if you've got kids, there's a zoo. You've got what's the deer park?
We have Deer Ranch, and you can, in the spring, they have baby deer. You can feed them, and they're all enclosed in a nice fenced-in area. We have the Garland Zoo. We have the Mystery Spot, Castle Rock.
And we mentioned the falls. I mean, everything is, you're really close to so many other things as well. So
Yes.
there's a lot in St. Ignace, but it's also very quick to get other places as well because there's a whole system of other highways too. You've got 75, you've got
US 2, 129, 134. From St. Ignace, we like to call it your home port, so you can stay there, and one day you could go to Tequamatum Falls, Sioux Locks, the Lachino Islands, Oswald's Bear Ranch.
You have a bear ranch?
Yes.
They have a deer ranch. They have a bear ranch. They have a
the bear ranch isn't ours, but it's within a 45-minute drive. So
wow,
the kids like that.
Okay, so now for the Jeep. Do people register for that? If you have a Jeep and you want to go and participate, how do we register?
You will register online at stignace.com.
And we know that there's no period in St. Ignace for the website, STIGNACE.com.
Correct.
You can register there. And plus, on that website, you can get whatever's in this book is going to be on that website too.
And all the events.
Only 40 minutes away from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. It's a destination spot for so much fun. You guys are so creative with your festivals.
Thanks.
And this is just the spring. Wait until Laura comes back to talk about summer in St. Ignace. Give us just a little sneak peek of some of the things that can happen in the summer in St. Ignace.
Okay, so starting at the end of June, we have the car show, which is
that's huge. Huge.
Yes. And then once July 4th hits, we have music every night downtown. We have walking tours. We have tipsy trolleys. We have...
Do you do fireworks like
every Saturday night?
Come off it! They do fireworks every Saturday. I want that.
Yes.
Plus, we get to sit on a patio and have Mexican food and watch the sun. They have all their restaurants have patios all along the waterfront.
We have a lot of waterfront dining.
Okay, I'll see you in St. Ignace.
Okay.
We'll see you in St. Ignace. And we'll see you also right after this break.
It's hunting season, so this is probably pretty stupid, right? Actually, hunting accidents kill somewhere around 2 people a year in Ontario. Smoking kills 16,000 a year. So, what's really stupid?
It's National Chip and Dip Day.
Chip and dip.
I'm going home to have chip and dips.
Ooh,
chips and dip.
I love that. The only time I like Ripple chips is with dip.
Me too.
Right?
Funny.
Isn't it? Because they're too fat.
Sour cream with onion soup mix.
That sounds so good.
Well then, too bad you can't come over. Then I gotta go trim a dog too. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, go trim a dog.
Do some news.
I'm gonna do some news right now, and then I'm gonna update some news, and then I'm gonna go home and have a nap.
All right, because it's hard being her.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you have no idea.
News coming up with Luann on Mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll be back tomorrow morning live on ONNtv. Have a great day.
Thanks, Casey Security.